Welcome to This Daring Adventure podcast, where we work on bridging the gap between where we are and where we want to be in order to live a bigger and bolder life. In this podcast, we will provide inspiration, tips, and skills you need to make your life the adventure you want it to be. Here's your host, mindset mentor, and life coach, Trista Guertin.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of This Daring Adventure. I'm your host, Trista Guertin. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is episode 10, Fear Does Not Mean Stop. So I want to ask you, what would you do if you weren't afraid? How would you show up differently in your life? And what dreams would you go after if you weren't afraid of what might happen, what you think might happen? I've spoken to a number of clients over the past few months who have beautiful dreams that they've thought about for many, many years, typically have not shared with anyone else. I've had the honor and the privilege to talk to them about it, but they are feeling a lot of fear around putting themselves out there, making the changes, going after what they truly, truly want, which things that light them up and inspire them. And that if they shared with other people would be inspirational and beautiful to share. And so I know that it's common for us to hold ourselves back and to keep ourselves playing small because we are feeling fear. So we don't move houses, we don't move countries, we don't apply for that job, we don't make that career change. And it can be as simple as, we don't post that video on TikTok or on YouTube, or we don't post that reel on Instagram. And it can be bigger. It can be, we don't start that business. We don't start dating again and get into a relationship, all because we are feeling afraid of what might happen. Somebody might judge us. Somebody might say something negative. Somebody might criticize us, right? And so this is perfectly natural, first of all. Again, it's very common and we all feel it in different areas of our life. Nothing has gone wrong. This is our brain trying to protect us. And it sees any change, doing anything different, and in particular, making ourselves vulnerable, standing out from the crowd, doing something different as a threat to our survival. And this was great back when we were living in caves. Our survival depended on doing what was safe and what we knew, right? It likes to repeat things. It knows it's going to keep us alive. We know what's safe. And change was, in many cases, threatening and could mean death. So the fear that we experienced was necessary to keep us alive. It meant we had shelter. It meant we had food. It meant we had water. We were part of the tribe. All things that were crucial for our survival. Today, however, the fear that we experience is not related to our survival, either as a person or as a species. And the problem is that our brain has not yet caught up to understanding this. You can see that our evolution and the way that we live has changed rapidly over the past couple 100,000 years. And so our brain is still operating on a manual that it's been using for the past 40,000 years. And so most of the time when we're feeling fear, as I said, it's not about our existence and keeping us alive. Now, fear does still play a role, obviously, if we are thinking about walking down a dark alley by ourselves, or taking a walk in the woods where there are bears, or maybe driving at 120 miles per hour. We have fear around these things, and that's perfectly fine, and it serves the purpose, and it does keep us safe. But when we feel the fear around putting ourselves out there, trying something new, making changes, pursuing our dreams, that fear just holds us back and is not serving us. So, if we were to ask ourselves, what do we think might happen if we post that video on TikTok? And when I ask people this, typically they fear being judged. They fear being criticized. They fear making a mistake. Somebody saying something negative. And then I ask, so what? Say someone does judge you. Probably there will be judgment. I think we can count on that, right? As human beings, we do tend to judge. And so the answer is usually, well, of course, we'll be humiliated, we'll be embarrassed, we'll feel terrible. Okay. So basically it comes down to, we'll feel that emotion. We might feel embarrassed, we might feel humiliated, we'll feel vulnerable, but we won't die. And so if we can learn to allow the emotion and experience it, give it space, learn to just allow it to be there and experience it without trying to resist it, without trying to change it, without reacting to it, it will pass through us and it'll be done. And we will live and we will survive. And the next time we post, next time we do something, it'll be just a tiny bit easier for us. We'll have started to build courage. And building courage by taking action is similar to when we build muscle when we go to the gym. Each time you go to the gym, you lift a little bit more weight. You do a few more reps, right? You run on the treadmill for a little bit longer. And you build slowly, and that's okay. So, is your fear, and you can ask yourself, is the fear you're feeling helping you to keep you alive, or is it holding you back? And if it's just protecting you from feeling the discomfort, from putting your work out there, from putting yourself out there, and from going after the life that you really want, then you're just hiding yourself. And this fear is not going to serve you. Instead, if we can learn to move towards the fear, feel the emotions, whatever it is we are most afraid of feeling, then everything we want, the life of our dreams, our goals, whatever we want to achieve is on the other side of that emotion. And again, it's not going to kill us. We can feel shame. We can feel vulnerability. We can feel embarrassment. Your brain is going to tell you it's unsafe. And it will tell you all of the negative things. You're not good enough. You're too old. It's not professional enough. You're not skilled enough. You're not ready. It will offer you all of these things. And typically, if you're anything like me, it's going to offer you those things on a regular basis. And so what I've found useful for me is just to take the next small step. Take the next right step. Even though you may have this big goal, today I can post a quote on Instagram. And, most of the time it doesn't get a reaction. Nobody Nobody does anything. Nobody says anything. And it's usually fine, regardless. And so I take the next small action, and tomorrow I take another small action, and I keep going. And I'm building my courage. And the more courage we build, the better our capability will be. So I'm also building my skill at the same time, right? My posts, my videos that I put out a year and a half ago aren't the same as what I'm able to do today. I'm able to put out better quality. I'm able to put out things that are original, a little more creative, a little more authentic for my voice and what I'm trying to achieve and my audience. It takes practice. It just takes showing up. And then we keep building all of our skills. I see very often in talking to people that they will delay taking action because they feel like they need to learn more or they need to be better at what they're doing. And I'm not against or opposed to taking courses, signing up for classes, watching YouTube videos, reading, learning all the things. I think it's great. I think it's really important. But you have to balance it out with taking action, because your brain will tell you that you will never be ready and you will delay and just putting it off. And again, this is another mechanism for it to protect you. The truth is, you may never completely be ready. You may never be skilled enough. But by taking the action, that's where the greatest growth comes from. That's where the greatest improvement occurs. And we keep learning. And then we keep doing a little bit better. So sign up for the course, watch the videos, but also take action. You're not going to improve by accident. You improve by deliberately acting and moving yourself forward bit by bit. So then you're starting to build your courage. You're starting to build your capability. You also will be developing your confidence at the same time. The confidence comes from the increased skill and ability to take action. The more confidence you develop, that reinforces you in taking action and to continue towards your dreams and creating the life you want. So keep taking the next step and then the next step right after that. And this is really how we grow and evolve and expand. Keep in mind, it's perfectly normal to feel as you go along that you are not making progress or we're not making progress fast enough. Somehow that we've made a mistake and the doubt will start to creep in. Again, this is very normal and nothing has gone wrong. Your brain is defaulting to the negative, and it's another effort to try and keep us safe. So the best thing you can do is A, have self-compassion, and B, don't believe those thoughts. Your brain will offer you a lot of thoughts throughout the day, almost 60,000 of them, and most of them will be garbage and not listening to. So allow for the feelings, but don't listen to every thought your brain offers you. It can be very helpful that if your brain is offering you the thought that you're not progressing fast enough, ask yourself, what else could be true? What else could be true about your progression? Is it possible that you're progressing at exactly the right speed? You're in exactly the right place you need to be? Don't accept whatever your brain offers you. Build awareness around what is happening, what your brain is offering you, how it's defaulting to the negative, how it's trying to protect you. Know that it is harmless, and then keep going. Take the next right step, the next small action. Have self-compassion. Don't judge yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Offer yourself love and understanding. If you make a mistake, if you miss a day, if you start, if you're feeling low one day, it's all okay. It's all a part of the process. It's perfectly natural. Have your own back. Keep going. Feeling afraid is very, very normal. I cannot stress this enough. I see this all the time with my clients, with other coaches, with myself. But it doesn't have to mean that you stop. It doesn't mean that you don't go after your dreams or the life that you truly want to create for yourself. I want to tell you and urge you to keep setting extraordinary goals for yourself. Go after and find that new relationship. Get married if you want to. Have children if you're thinking about it. Change careers if you're not happy and you want to try something new. Start your own business. Post that video of yourself on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube. Follow your passion and share it with others. You never know who you're going to inspire and who needs to see your message and who will support you. Remind yourself that the worst that can happen is a feeling. It's not going to kill you. Be willing to feel it, allow for it, experience it, and then keep going. How much different would your life be if you start to allow yourself to feel your emotions and take action anyway? Remember, your dreams matter. You matter. So go. Don't wait until you're ready. Don't wait until you don't feel the fear. The fear is going to be there. It's okay. Tap into courage. Start building your capability. Then you'll start building your confidence. And always, always, always have self-compassion for yourself. All right, that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening. It's an honor and a privilege to be sharing these episodes with you every 2 weeks. If you are interested, please subscribe. And if you have a minute to rate and review the podcast, I would really appreciate it. If you're interested in taking some of this work deeper, I do offer free 1-hour coaching sessions. It's a fantastic investment for you to have that time to work on yourself and get some support. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me and keep an eye out. I'm also offering a series of webinars and free group coaching sessions over the next couple of months. Those are all posted on Instagram and in my newsletter, Monday Mindset, which you can sign up for also through Instagram and on my website. So keep going. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to This Daring Adventure podcast with your host, Trista Guertin. We hope you enjoyed the tips and conversations on how to get excited about life again. As always, you can head to tristaguertin.com for additional resources and to book a one-on-one coaching session. You can also follow Trista on Instagram at Trista V. Guertin. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on Apple Podcasts. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.